Hello, everyone. My name is Susana Fuertes. I'm your host. Welcome to Forwardpreneurs. Today, I have the pleasure to have as my guest my dear friend and womanpreneur, Miss Amina. Amina, thank you for being here with me today. Thank you for graciously accepting my invite. I want you to please introduce yourself, the name of your business, to our audience.
Thank you so much, Susan, for this invitation. It's very big joy to be with you here. I'm Amina Leelo Weevo, coming from Finland, and I'm in Bahrain already 15 years. I fell in love with this country 15 years ago or even more, and that's why I decided to move here. I have established Stella Boutique Events company, and I have also established Stella Women Around the World platform.
Amazing. Yes, I actually met Amina during Ramadan. We were having iftar dinner. And I remember when I first met her, we had a really beautiful, genuine connection. I had never seen her before. We had never met before. And I remember during our conversation, she mentioned about a women's trip that was coming up. And I said, wow, that sounds interesting. Now, I'm a solo traveler all the time. But just by meeting Amina, I was like, this lady sounds amazing. She's very genuine, caring, lovely. I was like, I want to go on a trip with her. So I remember it was like a last minute kind of trip for me because you had already planned that trip ahead of time, and she already had a group of ladies that had signed up for it. And she said, I still have room for you. And I said, okay, how big is it? She's like, no, I just like to keep it small because I'm very detailed when it comes to curating this trip. So I remember Amina mentioning that she had like a small group of ladies going to this awesome trip, women only. And I said, okay, I'm ready for it. And the trip was actually to Saudi. Now, it was my first time, like I mentioned before, going with a group, and not just a group, but a group of ladies to Saudi. And the experience was amazing. You really impressed me with all the details, how everything was planned. It was just such a great experience. And I recommend everyone that is looking to get to know Bahrain or the GCC area, right? Amina, you do trips around the GCC area and beyond. Actually, I'll let you talk a little bit more about that. To please sign up to one of her trips. It's an amazing experience, and you, of course, will enjoy it. Now, Amina, going back to the type of trips that you do, I know that you have been doing this for many years. She actually speaks a lot of languages as well. So I think that's what makes it extra beautiful too, because she connects women from all around the world. And Amina, I'll let you talk a little bit more about, first of all, how many languages do you speak, which is impressive. And also, what areas do you cover when you do these trips?
Thank you so much for your question. Yes, I actually speak fluently 4 languages at the moment. I have forgotten so many languages. I spoke before like Swedish, German, Italian and French, but these are on hold languages. But fluently I speak English language, Russian, Finnish and Estonian language. So these are my 4 languages.
Yes, amazing. Now, when you create these trips, I know you keep a close community. I know you like to have diversity in the groups of women that you create. I noticed that during the trip that we had to Saudi, everybody was from different parts of the world, and everybody was at the same time different, but we all got along. We all came from different backgrounds, experiences. A lot of women entrepreneurs as well were part of this group. What are other areas that you curate these trips to? I know you've done Saudi, what are other countries that you take people to?
Yes, I have done Saudi Arabia many times, and I have done Finland, all the Nordic countries, because the trips are uniting women, because we don't know so much about each other, our cultures, our backgrounds, our religious backgrounds. When we are traveling together, this is the best way to learn about each other. So that's why I organize the trips, not only to have sightseeings, but to make friends, to know about each other, because it's so important. So important in this world to know each other, because if we know more about each other, there is more peace in this world as well.
That's amazing. And I really love the mission, the vision that you have towards your business. Because a lot of times, just like you said, the main goal of creating this safe environment for women is to learn from each other, to understand each other, and to realize that regardless of our religion or background or the languages that we speak, we're able to somehow come together and create a beautiful environment. Amina, so I was thinking the other day, I know that you mentioned that you like to, curate all these trips and everything, but I was wondering, when did you first start with the idea of creating your business?
This is, again, very important question, because I started to think about creating my own business when I was working for the others. I did all the program and everything for the others. Then I was thinking, why I do for the others all the job? I have to do it for myself as well. So then I established my own company and started to do my own, whatever vision I had, events under my own company.
Okay, beautiful. And what's the most, memorable trip that you created? Was it it could have been like a small group of women or like a big group of women, but which trip or to what country, you found it more satisfaction so far? Is there a specific region that you visited?
So the most, important event, which changed also my event style, was a trip to Finland in 2016 when we celebrated the Bahrain National Day. So it was Bahrain National Day celebration 2016 on the 16th of December in Helsinki, Finland. I invited 100 very important people from Finland to our event. And it became very, very successful event because we were talking about the history of Bahrain, we were talking about people of Bahrain, about the business in Bahrain. And when we touched the business, the women in business, at this moment, it was a big surprise for everybody that how women can do business in Bahrain, how they can do, are they allowed to do the business, can they do it, and so on. So from this moment, I thought that it's now time to do women events when women meet with each other and start to know more about each other, because I saw that there is a big gap thinking about the women in the Gulf countries, because in Europe, they think that these women in Gulf countries, they have no rights, they have no education, they cannot do business alone. So that's why I started to do only women events from this moment.
Mm-hmm. And I'm sure everybody that has experienced one of your trips couldn't agree more. I remember now that you mentioned that it's important to teach, the world that sometimes what we are told or what we believe is not true. So it's always important to have an open mind. And I love it how you, even though you were visiting Finland, you were bringing Bahrain with you, right? So you were still, because obviously Bahrain is your home. It's been your home for a long, long time. And I think it's impressive and it's beautiful that you're able to teach others how things are here for women that want to start their own business. I myself encounter some people as well when I told them that I'm coming to Bahrain to do research about women entrepreneurs. And the first question they would ask me is why? Why are you going there? And I said, because from the research that I had back home, back in the United States, I had read that Bahrain it's one of the countries, if not number one, where they really support women entrepreneurship. And not only that, but they have a system that support them from the beginning stage all the way to, when the business become more, successful. And everybody seems to be surprised. So I said, yes, I'm going to Bahrain to learn how they do it so we can actually do it back at home as well. As a woman entrepreneur myself, I also had some setbacks during the beginning stage because a lot of times we don't come from a family that are business owners. So when we first start, it's a little bit challenging to find all the information that we need regardless of our field. Amina, what are some challenges that you remember that you faced at the beginning when you first were starting your business? Do you know where to go to register? Do you know how to open your own social media page? Do you know the marketing that was behind it? I'm pretty sure that as me, you always had to figure it out. Before I had my own business, I didn't even have social media. Now you guys will see me everywhere. I think I have like 4 pages. But before that, I was very, I wouldn't say introvert, but very private with my life. And I'm still are. But when you own a business, you have to create a marketing plan, right? So you have to expose yourself out there, not necessarily physically, but you have to show your work, you have to show your clients' feedback, you have to show the behind the scenes, you have to have a social media presence, especially at this stage that we are when it comes to AI and all the new things that are starting to come out that I still have to do more research about. But yes, going back to that question now, so what are some challenges that you face at the beginning of starting this adventure?
Yes, I had many challenges, but I had a huge passion and loved what I'm doing, and I saw the vision. So this kept me going even when I had hardships. I started and learned everything from zero, even the social media. I didn't know about social media much at all because I was only reading the news, but now I was also posting myself. So I learned everything from A to Z during the process. I have done all and everything myself. So I have learned all this myself, and which is amazing because we have to know what we are doing and also know how to do it. So I have gone through many, lessons, and yeah, I have succeeded in many, but still there's
always room to learn more. And the way things are going is like every day we have to keep up with something, because I feel like sometimes I learn how to do something and the next day, okay, we're not doing that anymore. Now it's something else. But I think it's important just how you said that when you have a vision and you have a goal and you have a passion for your business, most importantly like a mission, right? Because for you, like you saw the goal. Your goal was to unite women from around the world. So whatever little challenge that you have in between the way, that did not stop you. If anything, it gave you the opportunity to learn some new skills, to show yourself what you're capable of doing, right? So you went from reading what is social media to be able to make your own posts and follow up with it and everything. I wanted to know, what are some goals that you have for your business? I know you also mentioned a new project, but let me start first with when it comes to creating this trip around the world with women. What are some goals, ambitions that you have in regards to that?
Trips, yes, now I am planning trips plus events together. So trip event together.
Okay.
So 2 useful moments together. So first of all, I'm planning this event here in October.
Okay, guys, you're listening about it here first.
In October, which will be the first ever MENA Women Changing the World Awards and Summit in this region. So
the first one, guys, okay? The first one by my dear friend Amina.
So it will be a great platform for all the MENA and the greater MENA area to join. Ladies to join and to participate in our summits and to also nominate yourself or friends for the awards, because the award platform is very well known in all the world. Women Changing the World platform, which is they have already had this platform for 5 years, and it is well known all around the world. So now it's coming first time to MENA area.
And now it's our time. So I'm so happy that I'm going to be here to experience the first one that is going to be done here in the MENA region. And guys, just like she said, nominations are going to be open. So, like a woman entrepreneur, if you have a friend or even yourself, right? So you can even nominate yourself. Of course, we are able to cheer ourselves up. Why not, right?
Absolutely.
I think that's amazing. Yes, I think I'm all for that. Why not nominate ourselves? Because sometimes we could be the only ones that have our back, and that's okay, right? So that's okay, because if we don't cheer ourselves, if we don't motivate ourselves, then who else is going to do it? Now that we're talking about the event, so I'm thinking you are, since it's going to be a huge event and people from around the world are coming, I'm sure there's going to be like sponsorships.
Yes.
Options for anybody that would like to participate, like collaborations, the sponsorships. Are you offering all these type of sponsorship packages and stuff?
Yes, thank you for this taking this question up, because Sponsorships are very important part of the events because we cannot be successful if we don't have support and partners. So that's why I would be very grateful if we would get also more sponsors and supporters and partners to make this amazing event successful.
Yes, and I think it's important because like she said, she's taking the initiative. This has never been done here in the MENA region. So I think it's very important if we unite together to support this event and to make sure that we are part of this vision that Amina has. And I think it's going to help everybody here in the region. All the sponsorship package information is going to be in her website. We're going to be adding her website below or above, either right or left, I don't know, but it's going to be there, guys. So everyone, please stay tuned because this event is going to be amazing. It's not going to be 1, not 2, not 3 days, but it's going to be 10 days, okay? And it's going to start here in Bahrain. So everybody is going to be coming from different parts of the world. And this is your chance. This is your chance to get to know other businesswomen. This is your chance to showcase your business. Now, Amina mentioned that it's going to start in Bahrain for the first 2 days, if I'm correct?
Yes.
The first 2 days, and then it's going to continue in Saudi. What are the cities?
So we leave from Bahrain on the 22nd of October to Saudi.
Okay.
The awards and summit and awards ceremony will take place in Riyadh, 24th of October.
So guys, we're going to make sure we put all the dates. We're going to share the website so you can see the exact dates of the events, but make sure to save it on your calendar so you cannot miss this first time ever events here in the region. And Amina, I wanted to thank you very much for taking the time to come here, share your background, your business journey, and one more thing, I would like to know, what do you want the audience to take away from this conversation? Any advice you want to give to women that want to start their own business? Just let me know what you want to share.
Thank you, Susie. So, what I want women to take from this conference or summit we are having, or whatever event, to join hands, to join hearts, to be together there for each other, because we have to be there together for each other, support each other, and maybe we can start business together. Maybe we find some nice idea together. So all this useful is in our meetings, and the most important that we start to know each other, because this is a basics for the world peace as well. That we start to know about each other, and we recognize each other, and we start to love each other for each other. So there is no wall between us. This is the most important.
Thank you, Amina. Thank you, everybody, for listening to one more episode of Forwardpreneurs. Thank you, Amina, so much for being here.
Thank you so
much. Always a pleasure to spend time with you.
Thank you so much.
Thank you. Bye-bye.
Bye-bye.